Assalamu alaikum students. I hope all of you are fine and you have enjoyed your vacations. From today we are going to start chapter number 2 from your book, which is about operating system. All of us are familiar with the concept of operating system as we have already discussed this concept in our previous class. We call operating system in short as OS. So, in this chapter, we will study about the fundamental concepts of operating system. We will study about the objectives and functions of operating system. Then we will study about common types of operating system. Then we will also discuss classifications of operating system and the types of operating system. In the third portion of the chapter, we will discuss basic icons of graphical user interface operating system and how we can manage data, that is files and folders. And in last portion of this chapter, we will study about the system installation, means how we will install the operating system in our computer. We will study steps particularly about the Windows 10 operating system. In last portion of chapter, we will also study about the concept of antivirus software and you will study Windows Defender in the last portion. These are the objectives of our lesson fundamentals of operating system. At the end of the chapter, we will be capable of knowing the objectives of operating system, its functions, difference between command line interface, menu driven interface and graphical user interface. We will also be able to differentiate between single user and multi-user operating system. We will be able to describe the types of operating system that are batch processing, time sharing and real-time processing operating system. We will be able to identify the basic icons of operating system. We will be able to manage our data in forms of files and folders. Then we will able to install a Windows operating system and will able to install any antivirus program. So students, first of all, we will define operating system. What an operating system is. Operating system is a collection of system software that controls the working of computer system. It means that operating system is a type of system software. We all know that software is divided into two types. One is system software and the other is the application software, as we have already studied in our previous classes. So, operating system is one of the types of the system software and it is used to control the working of the computer system. It basically acts as the interface between the users and the computer. It means that we won't be able to interact with the computer if there is no operating system between user and the computer system. The computer system will be a dummy hardware without any operating system and it is of no use for us. Operating system facilitates program execution and helps in developing the application programs. It means that in the absence of operating system, we won't be able to run and use the other type of system, a software system, that are the application programs. Clearly, you can say that operating system is the main software of the system. In the absence of this software, we won't be able to do a single task on our computer system. The operating system is like the soul to the computer as soul is to the human body. Without the soul, human body cannot perform any task. So in the same case, without operating system, computer is completely unable to do any task. The most commonly used operating systems are Windows 7, Windows 10, etc. Here in this diagram you can see the different operating systems I have mentioned. The most commonly used operating system is Windows. There are different version of Windows operating system, then Linux, Mac operating system, Red Hat, etc. So what are the objectives of operating system? The main objectives of operating system are convenience and efficiency. It means operating systems are planned to provide the convenience and efficiency to the users so that users can conveniently use the operating system and the computer. It makes the computer more convenient to use. We will find to use computer more in a more easy way. It allows computer resources such as CPU, memory, input-output devices and internet to be used in an efficient manner. Efficient manner means all the processors will using these resources in such a way that the CPU utilization should be maximum. In brief, operating system can be viewed as the resource manager because it is managing the resources of the computer, and all the resources, either the software resources of the computer or the hardware resources of the computer. It manages and creates the space. It also manages the CPU, it manages the memory, it manages all the input and output devices that are attached to the computer. So what are the functions of operating system? There are 6 basic functions of operating system. These are process management, memory management, input output device management, file management, resource management and user management. You should be able to differentiate among the various functions of operating system just by focusing on their names. Like process management is going to be used for the processes that operating system is is going to manage all the processes that are being created in any computer. Then memory management, in memory management it focuses on memory. It will be look for the free space and is there any space available for the file. It will check the file size and the memory size available. Then input output management means it will be managing all the input and output devices that are attached to the computer. It will assign the respective input or output devices to the processes when they are required or needed. The next one is file management. It allows us to manage our files, like we can create file, rename file, delete file, and there are other functions which are available under the file management. Then resource management means operating system will manage all the resources of the computer that are available, and these resources are hardware resources and software resources both. And in the end, user management. Operating system allow us to manage the different user accounts on a single computer. It allow us to apply some rights and to set some passwords for those accounts so that each and every user won't be able to make changes in our computer system. Only admin account is available to make changes like to installation and uninstallation of the software and to delete the file. It will protect our computer system for some unnecessary loss of data and the uninstallation of software. Only admin is privileged to do that, and the remaining user accounts or the guest accounts won't be able to perform such task, and it is only be done with the help of user management. Now we are going through these operating system functions one by one in detail. First one is the process management. It is an essential part of operating system. So here we need to understand the concept of a process. What is a process? Any program that is under execution is known as the process. We know that there are many programs in a computer, but at a particular time the program which is under execution or which is executing at this particular time is known as the process. So in computer system, multiple processes are executing concurrently. We all know that our computer system nowadays are provide us the facility to run multiple processes at the same time. Concurrently means at the same times, or these processes may be waiting for their turn to be executed. A process in execution needs resources like processing resources, memory and input output resources. So computer manages all these processes with the help of operating system. The operating system must allocate resources to the processes, enable processes to share and exchange information, and protect the resources of each process from other processes to be used at the one time. It means that each and every process that is being created in the computer is managed by the operating system. The second function of operating system is to manage the memory. So memory management is the process of allocating memory space for user programs in the main memory. Main memory means particularly RAM. So in memory management, basically we are talking about the RAM. Operating system will look after the space. Is there any space available in RAM? If the enough space is available, then it will swipe in the process into the RAM and swipe out the completed or unnecessary processes that are present in the RAM. When programs are run by the user, the operating system allocates portions of free memory to the programs. So it means that if there are some spaces that are available for some new processes, so those new available spaces or free spaces will be allocated to the new processes, and in the spaces that are already occupied by the other processes will continue their processing in the same portion. And when they will complete their processing, so operating system will free that space. Operating system will ensure to free that space from the RAM. When a program is closed, operating system will free the memory portion used by that program for the reuse. It is the same point that we have discussed, that if any program or process has completed its execution, so it is the responsibility of operating system to free up that memory portion that was used by the process, and that memory portion will be available for the new processes and the program. So operating system automatically loads user programs in available memory space and executes them. We never notice the change of memory among different programs, because this task is done automatically by the operating system. So memory management refers to the management of a memory, particularly about the main memory. The third task that is performed by the OS is I/O management or input output device management. In I/O management, it is the process of controlling the operations of all the input and output devices attached to the computer. We know that there are two types of hardware. One is input devices and the other is output devices. Input devices are used to enter data into the computer and output devices are used to get the results from the user. So, operating system will manage all the input and output devices that are attached to the computer. User communicates with computer through various input output devices such as mouse, keyboard, monitor, printer, etc. So, management of these devices is the responsibility of the operating system. Operating system will assign the spaces of the processes to different input and output devices. So, operating system use input output controller to manage and coordinate the operation of all the input and output devices. It means that all the devices are to be controlled by operating system. So, that's all for today. Today we have discussed first three functions of operating system along with its definition and objectives. You have to revise and memorize these tasks, and we will study the rest of the operating system functions in our next lecture. Thank you.